And hello everybody and welcome back to Akanja's Gaming. Akanja's here bringing you some more Space Engineers and a Hoodwinked scenario. Alright guys, I've been doing so much in the last few days. As you can see, we've got some veggies here ready to collection. So easy to get this stuff these days. I've been doing a lot of work in the local area. I've finished off those wind turbine towers that I said I was going to do. And I've also added in a docking port for the snub so we can easily and quickly get rid of any ores and stuff like that we've been picking up. So, alright, let me just drop this in here. That's a handy point to have all this. Inventory. And then we can just be in there, I think. There we go. Drop that in there. That'll then go into our cargo terminal for processing and whatever else needs to be done. There we go, 68 in there. Basically all I'm doing is I'm slowly but surely making sure that we have all of the foods that we need to be able to create some of the high tier foods that we also need. And yeah, this is quite an effective way of doing that, actually. Okay, weird. Okay, that one did not want to be selected. Must admit, I've been having a few issues from time to time with some of these components around, not allowing me to do a lot of the things that I want to do or ought to be able to do. Don't know why. Okay, so if I leave out this way, probably be easier to show you guys what I've been up to. I mean, yeah, as usual, it is night time. Okay, so wind terminals done. Check. Connection arm. Check. Connection arm to Megalodon. Check. Brand new snub. Check. Yeah. I've been working on a new snub design for mining, basically because of the fact that half the time I've been coming in, been hitting the deck when I've got a full load of ores. It just wasn't good. And now I've got this beefier looking jobby. Let's take it back to where it is. That's the Oasis. Back to our drill site, but honestly that is going to have to wait because there is something else that I really wanted you guys to see, because it's back. The unknown signal is back. You see, I think, yeah, it's that marker there, unknown distress signal 7 kilometers, so it'll probably be over that way a bit, but let's get within the area. Just keep your eyes open. Just like it blinks in, it blinks out. We just need to get there. We need to get something carved and then repaired, and then we can basically claim it for ourselves. Okay, so for some reason it is not. There it is. So we'll get moving on that in that direction. We're going to claim this thing. We're going to claim this thing. Whether we're going to repair it or take it apart for parts, that is another matter. I believe I'm going to take it apart for parts because at the end of the day, we need to be able to create the Megalodon's carry-all. And that is going to be an interesting challenge because we did the land shark. That took quite a bit to get that thing off the deck. I mean, it really did take quite a lot. Something like the Megalodon with a full cargo load like we've got at the moment. Man, oh man, I dread to think how many engines we're going to need to get that thing spaceborne. Whew. Man, my head just goes dizzy from the thinking of it. Okay, so we're almost there. There it is. See it in the distance. Well, could see it in the distance when I was in external mode. There we go. One nice big wreck. There we go. Look at that beauty. There we go. All the way to the command module there. Most of it is above surface. What I might actually do, just for a joke, I really want to see what this thing looks like when it's fully built and fully repaired. Yeah, there you go. We can land without damaging anything. Cool, huh? Okay. So now, where do we start? I did see a terminal up here. That looks like a way in. Oh, hello. So we grab that. Oopsie. Where did you get that? Okay, claim NPC grid. Okay, so that is now ours to do with as we please. So yeah, a lot with it as well. Okay, let's see if we can grab. You don't have permission to blueprint this ship. Okay. Okay, so the challenge is going to be, how do we rebuild this thing? How do we claim it all? A lot of it's access denied, a lot of it's incomplete. Okay, what we got in here? So we've got some materials. What's this meant to be anyway? Conveyor junction. Is this the one that we repaired? No, I just want to get access to it. Oh, we've got some Prototech in there. No deal. So this is a very interesting ship. I mean, a lot to it. Do you know what I'm gonna do? Let's go. Let's see if we can force it. This one here, I believe. Yep, because there's us. Get back into controlled character cockpit. Teleport here, devour the power. Refresh, remove. Okay, so short of heading back and basically slowly but surely claiming everything. Access denied. So this looks like it's going to be like one of these. If we want this, we're going to have to rebuild it, sort of things. At least the key systems. Conveyor junction, light armored slope. Right, what does this need? A lot to rebuild it. Got a refinery here. Oops, run out of power. Okay, so short of pretty much bringing everything over here and rebuilding this entire ship, I don't see a way that we can actually sort of claim it so that we can like bring it into maybe like another world, you know, which is like for creative mode. But at least we stopped the countdown, so do you know what? Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think not sure how much of this is actually underground. Okay. Let's gonna get rid of that because that's probably not there anymore. Delete that. Okay, new from current, unknown colony ship. Okay, so that is now at least under our control. Not sure why one would come this way. I'm not sure what was down here. Oh man, I really wanted to see what this thing looked like in its heyday. Right, way up. Because I've run out of juice. Yes, might as well grab some from here. I've taken off the stockpile so we can just utilise what we got. Okay. So just checking just to see if there's any more. Right, so there's another cargo container there. There's tons of ion thrusters. So yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to save at this point, so that we can go back to the base, grab the Megalodon, and then come back here. But before we do that, I just want to prove a point with the nickel mine. Hence why I saved it, just in case this thing decides it's going to delete it or something. God forbid it will, because we just spent ages looking around it. I don't want to look like an idiot. Getting the Megalodon there, I'm guessing is going to be fun. Note the sarcasm. Well, we definitely know that unknown signal somewhere in space because... Sorry, that unidentified signal just there. That's definitely somewhere in space because, well... almost 4,000 kilometers. It's got to be, because the other side of the planet is like 50 kilometers. Whoop. Came in a little too hot there. Okay. Yeah, the sideways thrusters are probably the weakest element of the snub. However, really more the forward back that we really need. as well as the up. Oh, there we go. There's the nickel. Let's get a full hold as well as full drills. Yeah, we can still move back, so that's good. I think I've gone straight through the core of the nickel. There we go. That's about as full as we're going to get. Alright. And the 4 atmospheric thrusters are giving us that push out of the hole. Yeah. For reversing. As you can see, I've used... They've got a 1x1 area. Yeah, which the thrust actually goes through. Even though it's a 3x3 object. I learnt this one by experimentation and a ton of looking on some like really old YouTube videos. It was quite fascinating. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll experiment, I'll try it out, and yeah, it works. And then to be able to keep the altitude, as you can see, we've got a ton of upward facing thrusters of various types. We've got the 3 sideways, we've got 12 forward. We've got the 4 big reversing, as well as the 4 upward. So, you know, we definitely have the power of Grayskull on our side. Yeah. Alright, it's not Grayskull. But we've got the power of thrust. Especially in a 1.2 gravity. You can see it just there, the other side of that gyroscope. Name escapes me, but you see it anyway, between the toolbar and that thing. Come back to me later. I've probably spoken about it like 1,000 times, but is it a gimbal? No, it's not gimbal. Oh, come on. Now you decide to do this? As long as you're not getting rid of my oh, bloody hell. Oh, great. Half my ship's missing. Brilliant. Computer decides it's going to have a heart attack and decides it's going to take this moment to not allow me to keep my altitude, and boom. You know, wonderful. Thank you, computer. Alright. Okay, guys. As it stands anyway, when it comes to my rig, I am currently waiting for a new headset to come through from Amazon. That's going to take a couple of weeks. I am going to be saving up for Space Engineers 2, so that probably will start debuting probably around about March sort of time. And then, yeah, that is if I've got the funds and everything goes well at work. Because they currently got me on disciplinaries for not being able to hit a stupid performance number. Yeah, guys. I know. Ridiculous, huh? Yeah. All because they can't get the pick rate sorted out on loading. That's another story for another time. Okay. But when it comes down to the brass tacks of it, I am going to try and get SE2 by March sort of time, and then get that debuting, and then hopefully after that I should be able to start saving up for a new graphics card. I'm thinking about the 2000 series Nvidias. You know, maybe something like the 2080 or something like that. I mean, I don't have the money for the latest and greatest hardware. Ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. I think maybe it'll be in my lifetime. Who knows? Who knows? All goes well, and I get these subscribers, and I get everything. Yeah, I get the. I'm starting to get like adverts on channels and on this channel and things like that as well, that I can start earning from as well. We can start then seeing some of these things come to pass. You know what? I'm not going to grab as much nickel this time around. I don't really need that much nickel, do I, guys? So I'm just gonna come out of here this time around with just that little bit of extra nickel. I'm glad I've got it. Yeah, I'm glad I can see it now. Ooh, gosh. There we go. Okay, so let's go and grab the Megalodon, and then we can get going. Oh, and it decides now to actually start giving us a sandstorm. At least I believe that's a sandstorm. Oh, don't have a display that tells me whether it's a sandstorm or not. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I'm loving this new beefier snub. I mean, just look at it. It looks mean. I mean, it's like saying, you mess with me, you're gonna get ripped apart. And that's to the rock face, let alone a human being, you know. These things start coming at you, run. Oh, man. Okay. Probably what I'm going to do is dock up. If I grab the control of the docking, beg your pardon, hitting my Megalodon with a bolt of lightning. So that's a radiation storm. Oh, where am I? I can't see where I'm at. Oh, there we are. Go a little bit further than I actually think I am. No, that's that. There we are. Okay. So that can charge up nicely there. Okay. So to be able to disconnect this, the way I'd set it up was actually through the original control module over there. So just go around that. Around that. Oh, can't go around that way. Can I get around this way without falling off? Oh, there's that. There we go. That was just me messing around that time around. Okay, so there's the Megalodon. So here we go. Let's disconnect. And we'll start bringing that back. Let's have a look. Oh. So no, that is not coming back because, yeah, there we go. Didn't turn the pistons back on. Should have done that first. I mean, yeah, come on. You know. Silly me. Actually, where is the camera for? Docking arm, snub. I'm going to say docking arm. Let's go with that one. There we go. And what we're going to do, we're just going to rotate this in so it's out of the way. Something like that. I think that would do nicely. Now I've got no idea whether the snub is still going to fit in there, or whether we're going to actually have to do some modifications to the hanger with this build, because frankly I haven't tested it yet. So this is going to prove interesting. So I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to save here. We'll take off. We'll give a prayer to the Almighty that everything works out. Because frankly, I have no idea whether this will work out. Right, what was that? Okay, that was the staircase. Okay, so that's challenge number 1. That's the wall. Holy crud. Barely fits in. That's a relic. Huh. I'm starting to wonder whether this thing actually should be 1 unit up. Okay, let's just do that for now. Okay. Second group. There we go. Color scheme. We want the large one. Okay. So I don't think this needs now to be all down here. Which I suppose in a way is actually going to be a good thing, because we've had it this way for so long. I don't think we need it that way. Okay. Okay, get that in with our hello, turret. But this time round, I don't have to worry about this turret, because it's my turret. Every time I see an interior turret, I sort of start freaking out, because the number of times I've been killed with them is beyond count, actually. I mean, I suppose if somebody was to go through all my videos and do all the times I've been killed by an interior turret, I think it would be like somewhere in like the 800 or 900 times sort of marker. I wouldn't put it past it, frankly. Um, uh, actually, that could work. It's a shame there isn't one like that. But it's just literally half of a half block. Can't really do that either. There's got to be something actually I could use. I mean, theoretically, that sort of thing should exist. Oops. Sorry, guys. That sort of thing should exist in the game. I mean, it would be logical. And apparently it does not exist, ladies and gentlemen. It is not in the game's repertoire. That'll do. At least then we can now lock it down. So when we're in transport mode, it's not going to suddenly fly off and go boom. Just took my food there, but hey, what the hell? Do that one as well while we're at it. I mean, yeah, it does mean we still have to crouch underneath those big drills, but I don't really care about that. That's not too much of an issue. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to do something with it, but there we go. Alright. So we're off on another adventure. Oh, well, we're at it, actually. While I'm sort of trying to figure out what I'm setting up, what I'm using. No, not that one. Yeah, I actually did a load of sales offline. I mean, we're close now to about 20 million.
No fuel.
Okay. Use the engines to get started. And we're off on our next adventure. As dawn approaches, it reveals the Megalodon moving out across the dune, heading towards the big derelict colony ship. The question is can the intrepid adventurer get to his destination? I think the answer is not this way, actually. Yeah, I'm going to have to go around. That's a big ass... No, actually, I can go over. I can go over! We have the technology. We can fly it. Okay, setting things up for flight mode. And the Megalodon takes to the skies in a way that it shouldn't necessarily be able to do. I mean, it's the ship from Avengers. All that sort of technology, anyway. Okay. A lot of ravines around here. Didn't realise there was this many. We got probably 39 minutes worth of flight time. Probably get past these bumps here. And then we'll sort of try and slowly set her down. Well, I think I'm coming down anyway. Probably a little too fast for my liking. Brace for impact! Oh. Right, turned off the engines. Hopefully the Megalodon will settle down. He says hopefully. Jesus Christ. Alright, what did I lose there? I just lost one of the bits of plate for the wheel cover. But they weren't too bad. They weren't too bad at all, really. I mean, I was expecting worse. Honestly, I was expecting that to go completely wrong. Thank the Lord that didn't go wrong. You know what I'm saying, guys? I mean, that could have been absolutely disastrous. Because 99% of the time, that's how it goes on this channel. Those red things, oh, that's just part of the terrain. Sort of like a big rock buried in the surface sort of jobby. Oh, I see our destination there in the distance. As the sun creeps across the horizon ahead of us. The Megalodon powers on towards its target. I mean, I actually like this idea, actually, you know. See what we can do with what we got. If not, we'll just rip it apart. Actually, if I go up between that tree and that like little bit of rocky terrain, I might be able to get that better. Use the engines. Struggling to get up that last bit of terrain there. Oh, look at that. Oh man, I'm loving this. Holy cow. Look at the size of it. The Megalodon, I mean, compared to that colony ship. That's a colony ship, for Christ's sake. And look at the size of the Megalodon. I mean, what the hell? Wow. Okay. How many people were on that colony ship then? About 20, 30 people? There we go. Right, so we're settled in. Just need to convert this to station mode. So, commence the rapid clicking. And hope to God that we actually get it within a goodly amount of time. There we go. Oh wow, actually that was quick. Okay, I'll take it when I get it. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'll take whatever I can get. Okay, let's see what we can do around here. Okay, close, thank you. Scroll. There we go. Open, says me. All right. Question is where on earth do we start? Okay, we've got some spotlights around here. We could do something with that. Really could do with a connection point somewhere down here that I can access. Rather than having to climb all the way up again just to be able to get the stuff. I don't actually have one. Maybe that's the next phase. You know, maybe we need to figure out a place to put a connection point. Not today though. I mean, yeah, because we're halfway through this vid. What's that? Oh. Now how do I get access to stuff? Get access to stuff like that. I'm going to do this one component at a time until we can actually blueprint this thing. Okay, so that's now ours. Actually, let's make doubly sure on that one. You know it's been the last few times we've done this. So we'll just make sure of that. So that is definitely ours now. Okay. I wonder if we could actually get it from the outside here. Yes, we can. Cool. That makes things a little easier. Still means we've got to climb though, but it's not as bad as it could have been. I mean, it could have been worse. Okay, what have we got? Okay, how do we make this ours? I guess I'm going to have to tear it down and rebuild it up. There we go, through there. Right. Before I do much else, let's throw that in there. Grab our food, because we do need that now. Okay, let's see. What am I looking for? Not sure what I was looking for, to be honest with you. Ooh. Hold the thought. Bugger. Too late for that badge. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going in there for. Bottles. Yeah, bottles of hydrogen. However, what I'm going to do is delay that for now. Grab 20 units of that. I'm going to sling the batteries back on. Because we need to be able to get water up to the... I think that's where I went wrong. I turned off the water supply. Oh, right, okay. You got to clear out the dead wood before it allows you to... So you can't just... oops. Weed out and then plant again. You've got to weed out as a separate function using the empty hand, and then using the seeds you can then plant. Okay, now it's all full. Okay, we'll definitely have to remember to come back for that at some point. Prefer using the click action. Where were we? Oh yeah, battery, that was it. That battery's now ours. I still didn't get the bottles. Alright, we'll do that now. Tell you what, first thing, let's get the bloody bottles. Because otherwise I'm going to forget. Again, I'm just going to take, what, 5 of them? Just so that I've got enough space for everything. Okay, so we've got that. What's this here? Windows wall left. Armor. Right, armor half panel. It's going to be glass or something. That's a refinery. Well, yeah, we'll get that up and trucking. Obviously can't withdraw everything for obvious reasons. That's the cargo pod. Refinery's there. I mean, I don't mind using some of these components for now. Ooh, he's dead, Jim. Just saw a dead engineer. I'll show you guys. There you go. Dead engineer. What's he got on him? Fight. Put it down in the log. They're looking for a fight. Let's show them why it was a bad idea. They're a colony ship. What are they going to do? I mean, seriously. Okay, so refinery is rebuilt. Right. It's a sliding door. Not going to let me do anything until I get the comps. What? How does a drop of that sort of distance equate to death? Even on a 1.2 times gravity, I mean, what? Okay, let's get some food underway. Okay, grab one of those, one of those, one of those. Man, that was crazy. Okay. We'll just use the buggy just to charge up. Okay. I think I've learnt my lesson there. Maybe we do need to put a ladder on the tail end or something, you know. I mean, like we do on the front, maybe we need something on the back, you know, where we can sort of climb up. I don't know. I have to figure something out. What we do? Down here. Oh yeah, of course. We died. We need to get comps again, and it's saying that I don't have it in my build planner because I had it in my build planner, but then I died. So whilst I had the components from the build planner, so therefore I lost them too. Okay. Okay, what? Eh? I thought I had plenty of space. What was it saying? Weird. Okay, but it's high enough. It's technically functional. Okay, sliding door hatch. We'll just get this down and then we can rebuild. Because despite being buried in the earth, it survived. Now what I'm thinking about doing, guys, is actually I'm not sure. Alright, it won't open very close because it's in the rock face. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this, but I am thinking about doing like a small series or a large series, depending on how you guys respond to it, of like building stuff in creative mode. I did try that once before. It was not greeted that well. I mean, what do you guys think? Should, you know, because I can then bring things like this in. We can have some fun rebuilding it, getting an idea of what maybe it would have looked like in its heyday. You know, stuff like that. You know, have a bit of fun with this sort of stuff. I mean, yeah, I eagerly await your response to this. Because I think it'll be fun, personally. But I don't know what you guys think. I mean, because there's so many content creators who have put stuff on YouTube, which is to do with making things in survival mode and all that sort of jazz. You know, it's like, okay, you know, oh, it's just going to be another one. You know, that sort of idea. So I just don't want to be one of those, you know. Okay. But it'll be, I must admit, the only difference would be it'll be my stuff, not theirs. You know, I don't know. I'll trust your opinions. Yay! It lives! Okay. Now what else have we got? Okay, so it's a shame we can't show this stuff on the grid. Just gonna have to find it really, I guess. Lots of thrusters to find as well. Okay. So The thrusters are going to be hard to do because a lot of these will probably require thruster components. So like that one there, I think I'm just going to erase from existence. If we do maybe one pod, get that back in the fighting form, the other pods should be easy. I mean, it also depends on whether some of this stuff is actually above ground or below ground. What is that? Pipeworks B. What's that? Ion thruster with nothing there. Right, there's the decoys, and there's an antenna. So let's grab the antenna first, while we can. Unfortunately, this is going to take a few trips to repair this, because as you guys know, radio components are probably amongst the top 5 bulkiest items in the game. Yeah, followed by things like large steel tubes. They can take up quite a bit of backpack real estate, let's call it that. Cargo container 1 by 1 by 1. Oh, not quite what I wanted to do there. Okay. Ah, so we've got a bed here, a bathroom here, and another bed here. Okay, I guess those are our next targets. They don't really need much. What am I doing? Wrong one. Okay, there we go. And we can just lie there. We can get some energy. Because frankly, we were running low. Okay, cool. I wonder if there's anything in these anyway. Nothing in there. There won't be anything in there. Whoop! Wrong device. There we go. There. Nothing there. Okay. Right, decoys. Okay, so that's the decoys back in action. Boys are back in town. Now, lots of bits and pieces in there for us to take. Some nice bits and pieces as well. Okay. Alright, let's slowly work our way through this. Neon tubes. That was just going into there. Armory is now ours. Ah, there we go. There's an armory locker. I thought there was another one in here. We've got a sliding door there. Ton of... Oh, I see. Okay, cool. And then we just come up here. There was another cargo pod here. There's this one here. A lot of this was built out of heavy armor. Okay, console deck there. Got a pair of cryopods here. Oh, the beacon's intact. Okay. Actually, I'm finding this kind of fun, actually. Going in and out of this structure, claiming the stuff just to be able to, like, make it my own. There we go, one working console block. Right, yeah, needed the medical components. Which are actually back here somewhere. Right, what was in this one? Anything of importance? Nope. So where was the other thing that we were looking at? Wasn't that, was it? That was conveyor junction. Like the blocks. I was expecting that to be a one by one because there's one there. Oh yeah, it was the door. That was it. Ah, power on. There we go. We'll turn the power back off on that one now. Okay, so we're still missing a ton of stuff. I think it was in here. Yeah, there we go. There was those medical components that we need. So there's 2 working cryopods. Okay. When your health is low?
Your health is critical.
Ah, bother. Didn't keep an eye on my health in time. Actually, I should have gone up to the bunks, should I? Oh well. We're here now. What can we do? We're here now. At least we can get most of our health and stuff back from that. Okay. Grab our food. Notch down on that. Get some other bits and pieces. I was dropping off a load of this stuff. Okay, one of those, and one of those. Get those. But no, not 2. 5 of those. Yeah, and that's everything we need from there. Cool beans. Now let's get back out into the fray, as we are. No, we're overtime now. Oops. Well, at the end of it all, truth be told, we have got most of this back as ours. So, I'm quite happy with the way this is going. All it needs now is just finding a lot of bits and pieces around this ship and maybe digging some of it out, which I think we're going to do next episode. So stay with us as we attempt to unearth the mysteries of this colony ship. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time on A Characterless Gaming.